In this video, we will discuss the FLR M processing times for 2023. We will discuss the standard FLR M processing time, the super priority service, what the date of application is and why it's very important to know, when and how you can follow up on an application, as well as numerous other important things that you should know or expect, such as not leaving the UK when the FLR M application is being processed. Oh, and just to be sure that we're on the same page, FLR M is the name of the application form for in-country spouse visa applications, as well as in-country applications as a civil or unmarried partner. As an OISC-regulated UK immigration law firm that has helped thousands of partners, we're well placed to help. The FLR M processing time is still currently 6 to 8 weeks on average. It should be noted that this time frame of up to 8 weeks is not a guarantee. Rather, it is a time frame the Home Office aims to meet. So if your application takes longer than this, unfortunately it does not necessarily mean that you're entitled to a refund of the Home Office fees, nor does it mean that you can demand that the Home Office processes the visa application within this time frame. If you want to pay for the super priority service, the processing time can be reduced to 1 working day. The super priority service will cost an additional £800 per applicant. The words per applicant are important here because, as discussed in our spouse visa fees YouTube video, the Home Office fee, immigration health surcharge and super priority fee will need to be paid for each dependent child applying. If you do want to pay for the super priority service, please note that this service can only be purchased when you reach the payment page on the FLR M application form. It cannot be purchased later. Therefore, if you reach this stage and you only see the standard option, if the applicant's current visa expiry date permits, you may decide to check back on this page at a later date to see if the super priority service is available. Importantly, the date that the standard or super priority fee is paid on this page is incredibly important to know for in-country applications. It is known as the date of application. The date of application is important to know because of 2 reasons in particular. Firstly, the date of application, which again is the date that the standard or super priority Home Office fee is paid, is the date that the requirements must be met. For example, Jacob's UK spouse visa expires on 1st of August 2023. Jacob submits the application by paying the Home Office fee on 20th of July 2023. Jacob meets the financial requirement by combining employment income with cash savings. On the 21st of July 2023, 1 day after submitting the application, Jacob quits his job and spends all of his cash savings. This should not affect his visa application because him quitting his job and losing his savings happened after the date of application, which is the date the Home Office fees were paid on the online application website. Secondly, if the date of application is before the applicant's visa expiry date, the visa or leave that the applicant has at that point will be automatically extended until a decision has been made on the new visa application. For example, using the same example of Jacob's UK spouse visa expires 1st of August 2023. He submits the application on 20th of July 2023. Jacob's UK spouse visa will be automatically extended until a decision has been made, and he can therefore continue to live and work in the UK. This rule applies to other types of visas that allow an in-country application to be made. For example, Jacob can also be on a Youth Mobility Scheme visa or a skilled worker visa here. And this is worth pointing out because there will be some partners who decide to pay extra for the super priority service just because they incorrectly think that the new spouse visa application must be decided before the expiry date of the visa that they're in the UK on. If you have an employer who's unfamiliar with the UK immigration rules and is worried about the applicant's visa expiring due to the processing time of the spouse visa application, tell them to Google Section 3C Leave Guidance gov.uk. They should find this document here, which should explain, as we've been saying, if the visa application is submitted before the applicant's visa or leave expires, the applicant's visa will be automatically extended until a decision has been made on the application. Do not leave the UK whilst the FLR M application is being processed. Knowing what to expect regarding the processing time is important because the immigration rules state that the application will be withdrawn if the applicant leaves the UK. So, if you anticipate that the applicant will need to leave the UK within the 8-week processing period, or slightly longer if you wish to err on the side of caution, you may wish to consider the super priority service. And again, please bear in mind that the super priority service can only be purchased when the online application is submitted. So, the possibility of the applicant having to leave the UK is something that should be considered before submitting the application. Let's now discuss when and how you can follow up on the FLR M application. The first thing to to note here is that if 8 weeks have not passed, if there are not extremely compassionate or compelling circumstances, such as a family illness, trying to chase the Home Office will likely be a waste of time. If you've been waiting for longer than 8 weeks, there are 3 ways that you can try to follow up on the application. Firstly, by googling contact.homeoffice.gov.uk and then contact the Home Office via that way. Alternatively, you may decide to contact the local MP, which tends to be the most effective way. To find your local MP's contact details, you can Google Find Local MP in UK. Finally, some partners, normally when they've exhausted the other options, complain to the Home Office. The benefit of this approach is that the Home Office aims to respond within 20 working days. However, none of these methods are by no means guaranteed to help, as the Home Office do not guarantee application turnaround times. Rather, they have service standards that they aim to meet and will likely refer that in any response to you. If you found this video helpful and want us to release more videos about FLR M applications, feel free to like the video, subscribe and provide feedback in the YouTube comments. For a detailed account of the UK spouse visa requirements and process, you can watch our spouse visa UK requirements and process YouTube video. I hope you found this video helpful.